Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today we are at the Deep End doing a podcast for the Valentine's Day Massacre. I don't think they can hear us or anything, so we're good. We got dozens of kids and everything. Good thing I opted not to have the speaker system connected, but up at the Deep End. You can go ahead and you can schedule like birthday parties here. We can do like they have all these video games. I took pictures and everything like that. And yeah, we have a kid in the background playing video games. And I see at the bar already people are laughing at us because there's a little kid in the background playing. This is awesome. This is so. I didn't know what I was getting into.
You didn't ask, and you didn't tell them what we were doing.
No.
You screwed us on purpose.
We didn't. I don't think it's screwing.
Thank you for dragging me in the middle of public.
Oh yeah. You're absolutely welcome. This is awesome. But we still are doing the Valentine's murder basket.
Just don't describe the shape of the arrangement.
Everybody knows how much of a horrible person I am, and if you ever hear me just stop talking for a moment, there's a reason. I'm trying to think of a nice way to put things. And
dumbass.
Yeah. Anyways, for this episode, we're actually gonna go back to the greatest. I don't know if he was the greatest gangster, because if you think about it,
the most infamous, but not greatest.
Yeah, he was the most infamous gangster. I mean, you got Chapo and dang, who's the other guy? Right there. Chapo, he was, I mean, they had billions of dollars and everything like that, but they're a cartel boss. I don't know if there's any kind of difference on that one.
Kinda.
I mean, they're both criminals, just,
Mobsters are more local, cartels are more... It's
Mexico, stuff like that, I guess.
No, it's more of an organization. Like, you involve multiple, like a large-scale version.
It's like a big corporation, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
my phone serves as my computer today, since he only brought one.
Well, I couldn't link up I can link up my phone up to my laptop, but I can't link up to my other laptop.
Yeah.
And make it a hotspot. But anyways.
Sorry, I'm just letting you know. All right.
Are you talking through the?
Yeah.
There we go. I just had to get a quick sound check or anything like that. We can move this in between us and everything like that. Well, the reason why I wanted to bring this up anyways is because, one, it's Valentine's Day coming Monday, where this episode's going to be out on Saturday. Anybody that registered up to win the prize, the murder basket, this is the episode watch to get who won the prize. It's just a little gift we're trying to give out to the fans that listen to us, go through it, and everything like that. And since our viewership is literally 82% women, that this episode is the episode that everybody listens to mostly. So anyways, what's one thing that I can't understand, because if you look at Al Capone and his time in when he was actually running the show up in Chicago, and it's mainly because he started it was Prohibition. You really need to get that mic in your mouth. There we go.
I'll eat the damn thing. How about that?
But anyways, he started doing. Man, I totally forgot. I had it here.
I don't think they still.
running alcohol. That was basically his main go-to and everything.
That was everyone's main go-to during that time period.
Yeah,
That's the
only
whole
because
point of it is just having secret bars, secret everything.
speakeasies.
Yeah.
Called speakeasies. They're for the people that don't know these things, and they yell at us. And it's like, no, they're yelling at this. I can just picture someone just like, every time I make a mistake and everything, I know I get messages a couple of times from some people every once in a while. And it's so funny because when they message us, it's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Like someone's girlfriend messaged me about the walruses and penguins using as an instrument of...
Flashlight.
Yeah, I'll let you say it. You don't want to come here anymore, do you?
Oh, no. Don't worry, kids. I'm saying flashlight.
Flashlight. Yes, the walruses use them as flashlights.
Just shining their way into pleasure.
Yeah. Anyways, try to.
Don't worry, I'm a nobody anyways. Kick that guy out.
Yeah. Until you get popular, you're like, remember that one time? You're canceled.
I canceled myself long ago.
Good luck with that one. But the massacre itself, the St. Valentine's Massacre, happened on February 14th, 1929. Several men were murdered at a garage at 2122 North Clark Street.
I can't remember if they just assumed it was Al Capone or if it's still unsolved today.
Unsolved. Perpetrators unknown. There was a couple of them that were. Actually. They were actually. They were. This is so funny. You have no idea how funny this is right now. You have no idea. This is so hilarious for me. But no.
I'm going to hell. Throw something at him. Knock out.
Dude, I reached for the book. I literally reached for the book. I was like, throw something out. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're not doing that today. But anyways,
I'm going to hell.
No, what was interesting on this whole thing started from what a lot of people suspected was because
they were. I think two of them were dressed as cops. Two of them were wearing suits. And
one of the one guy that they wanted to get
wasn't there.
George Bugs Moran. Mm-hmm. He was literally killed killed the policeman's son.
Ouch.
That's the whole reason for this massacre. And a lot of the policemen, they think, back then the police department was under a lot of the gangsters.
Wallet.
Wallet. We'll call it wallet. Basically, they ended up paying off certain cops and everything. That's the reason why back then people that did the crime didn't really do any time or anything like that, and they only got Capone on tax fraud down the line. That was the only thing they could get them on, only because everybody was corrupt. I mean, Al Capone even tried to be mayor of Chicago at one point in time.
I did not know that one.
Yeah, he went in and he was trying to be mayor. It was the last still. That's what got him to where he was about to become mayor of Chicago, and he ended up totally. They found the bookkeeper, and then the tax fraud and everything like that. But moving on to the massacre itself, since we're on here, And what did I lead off? I left off at the Lincoln Park neighborhood in Chicago North Side. They were shot by 4 men using weapons that included 2 Thompson submachine guns. 2 of the shooters were wearing police uniforms, while others were wearing suits, ties, overcoats, and hat. Witnesses saw that the men in police uniform leading the other men at gunpoint out of the garage after the shooting. The victims included 5 members of George Bugs Moran North Side Gang, Moran's second in command and brother-in-law, Albert Kalich? Stephen Hopkins.
You brought the wrong laptop.
No, I didn't.
I said, watch you have.
No. I brought the right laptop. Stephen Hawkins. Don't let me down, Stephen Hopkins. Kate Kallick. There we go. Alias. Man, what the hell? Look at this. Albert K. Kallick. Alias James Clark. Why didn't I just call him James Clark, the little bastards? Was killed along with.
Trying to be accurate.
Yeah. Killed along with Adam Haler. You need to be the instrument of knowledge here and use the correct vernaculars. Yeah, I use big words sometimes.
This reminds me of like the Flash skit where it's animated where all the there's a bunch of college students chasing after mercenaries that are like protecting a bunch of monks, which were wikis.
Where was that?
It's Flash skits on YouTube.
Flash skits?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of. They make a lot of nonsense cartoons that are kind of funny.
Oh, okay. I gotta check this out.
But it was basically
Meat Cannon is another one you gotta check out.
I've seen that one and I'm mentally scarred.
Oh, dude, I am so mentally scarred, but they're so hilarious. It's almost as bad as that. I haven't sent it to you. It's this one TikTok. I'll send it to you. I'll show it to you because it's. I can't even mention it on here because we might get banned because it's that bad.
But
it was made in the 90s, right after the Rodney King riots.
Yeah.
that bad. In my secret friendship group with a lot of
a cult.
I don't want to call it a cult. They don't actually listen to me. So
I didn't say you were the ringleader.
There's no one that's a ringleader in that. We're like a hair thin, almost killing each other for some other reason. If you give one of us like $40, we'll probably end the other one's life. So
that's like the 3 guys from Family Guy. I'll do anything for $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe and Peter keep switching on the murder brain.
Oh man. But was and the other person that was killed is Alan Hader. The game bookkeeper and business manager Albert Winskins, who managed several cleaning and dyeing operations for. I wonder what kind of cleaning and dyeing operations for Moran. It's a weird term. I wonder what cleaning and dyeing. Hold on, let me. I'm really curious on this one because cleaning and dyeing and let me see here.
I'm always looking that up. I was just, but I'm sorry, I'm still on that cartoon that I was explaining. I'm in my head. I'm just watching it. But they basically had 2 sand crawlers. The college students had a bigger one, and they just wanted the wikis to pass the college test instead of actually looking at books and stuff.
No, it's just basically all it is.
The 5 Nights at Freddy's.
He's playing like that's.
I wonder who he's talking to.
I guess they were doing like stocks, or hold on. Let me see here. Cleaning down foam. Non-associable capital stock.
Dying as in like dyed clothes or something.
Yeah, it was an actual company. I guess it's one of their
Fronts.
not really fronts, but yeah, well, yeah, it kind of was a front back then. The cleaning and dyeing stuff. Sometimes the dyeing, but they basically make forged documents and everything like that. Could have been that. And the gang enforcer. Sorry if it's so backwards on this one, jumping back and forth. But if you're listening constantly to us, you know it's only going to get worse from here. Anyways, Frank Ginzenberg and Peter Ginzenberg, the gang's enforcers. The two collaborators were also shot. Stephen Hawking's going to have to help me out on this one. There we go. There we go. Man, I forgot to grab my Reinhard H. Schumer. The Fumer optical turned gambler. Oh, former obstetrician turned gambler and gaming associate. Another person that was killed was John May, an associate, a social mechanic for the Morgan game. Chicago police officers arrived at the scene to find the victim, Frank Ginsberg, was still alive. He was taken to the hospital where doctors stabilized him for a short time, and police turned to question him. He had sustained 14 bullets. The police asked him who did it, and he replied, "No one shot me." He died 3 hours later. That's how powerful Al Capone was back then.
It wasn't powerful. The whole criminal underworld had a vow of silence during that time period. Everything was under the table.
Really? I thought it was just... Man, why can't you just give Al Capone... I mean, he died mentally retarded.
Buddy, you're never going to be there.
I know I'm not going to be there. Well, that was another thing. I mean, it's one of those things...
But
I want to say it's like nowadays we know how possible it is for someone like that.
Well, it's more like if you
mentally unstable.
Yeah.
One, he was mentally unstable. It was because of the syphilis, and they found out that he was not. His brain was just totally just shot.
Yeah.
Because of that, and. What was really sad is I always wonder is like how could anybody follow someone like Al Capone that ended up being that way, and then I just look at us now and I'm like oh.
You know, when you post this tomorrow, I wonder if they're gonna be paying attention to this or just watching the kid.
There is probably I focused it somewhat on us, but it keeps on going back in the background, so it's.
Buddy, he's in between us.
It is so hilarious. I should have just did it regularly, but you know, who knows? Who cares? But anyways, Al Capone was widely assumed to have been responsible for ordering the massacre. Despite being at his Florida home at the time of the massacre was an attempt to eliminate Bugs Moran ahead of the North Side gang, and the motivation for the plan may have been the fact that some expensive whiskey illegally imported from Canada via the Detroit River had been hijacked while it was being transported to Cook County, Illinois, which that happened a lot. I mean, we even got NASCAR because of the Prohibition, because they were running moonshine. Certain things like this, which one, it was really, really, really ignorant for the United States to listen to some of the voters on this, and you could have just used common sense and say, you know what, we've been doing this for a while, it's going to cause problems. But no, they listened to a lot of voters, and people were like, oh, we know you voted for us and everything like that. We can't let someone else be voted in, but we're going to have to go ahead and make alcohol illegal. It was... Yeah. And we still didn't learn from that.
Well, I think... Well, one of the main reasons was because everyone was drinking... Like, alcohol was, like, a massive part of the American society. They drink it for any time of day. They'd be drunk at work. And
Hell, Germany still drinks freaking beer for breakfast. It's part of the culture. It really is.
But they don't just stumble out of bed drunk or go to work drunk. They just drink.
No, that's the Irish.
Drink.
No, that's the Irish.
What the hell?
Yeah, probably. Anyways, let's see here. Morgan was the last survivor of the Northside gunman. His succession had come about because his similarly aggressive predecessor, Jaime Wins and Vincent Drunke, had been killed in the violence that followed the murder of the original leader, Dean O'Brien. Several factors contributed to the timing of the plan to kill Moran. Earlier in the year, Northsider Frank Greensburg and the brother Peter unsuspectingly attempted to murder Jack McGum? Or is it McGoran? Okay. The Northside gang was complicit in the murders of Paolo Leonardo and Anthony the Scourge Lebrano. Both had been president of the United Sicilians, the local mafia, and close associates to Capone. Moran and Capone had been vying for control of lucrative Chicago bootlegging. That's what it's called. God, I can't believe I forgot that.
Bootleg liquor.
Yeah, bootlegging trade. You could have helped out at any point in time with this.
I like to watch people struggle. You know this.
Fuck you. So glad this mic is so close. I can whisper fuck all the time. I wanted to pass him the 5-minute mark, so.
You threw the mic apparently because mine doesn't want to work.
I told you to grab the silver one, but.
No, I said I didn't care which one. You just decided to give me this
one.
No.
I don't know why, but those gold ones don't work all too well.
Probably because the people that buy the gold ones don't want to hear.
Yeah, that's. Or you just have to have it like in front of your face. And move back a little bit. No. I said move back. Now go up there. There we go.
But maybe because...
See, that's 100 times better.
Maybe because anyone that buys everything all in gold, like gold grills and all that, no one wants to hear that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fancy only because it's gold. But anyways, back on track.
Never!
The lucrative Chicago bootlegging trade. Morgan had also been muscling in on Capone's run on the dog track in Chicago suburbs, and he had taken over several saloons that were run by Capone, insisting that they were in his territory. See, that was the thing back then. Is they agree that this is this and this is that, but they ended up going almost to war over like location.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, what do you want to say, Joe Biden?
that was
What do you
funny.
want to say, Joe Biden?
This is so funny.
What do you want to say, Joe Biden?
The plan was to lure Morgan to the SMC Courage warehouse in North Clark Street on February 14th, 1929, to kill him and perhaps two or three of his lieutenants.
I have dark thoughts running through my mind. I'm not a violent person. I would never do this, but just to take the head off his head, like just scare him off.
Not even that. Here you go, kid. But anyways,
Boo.
no, stop talking bad things.
It's not bad. I wouldn't hurt the kid. It just scared the head out of him.
Yeah, well. It is unusually assumed that the Northsiders were lured to the gang with the promise of stolen cut-rate shipments of whiskey, shipped by the Detroit Purple Gang, which was associated with Capone. The Gutzberg brothers were supposed to drive 2 empty trucks to Detroit that day to pick up 2 loads of stolen Canadian whiskey. All the victims were dressed in their best clothes with the expectation of John Maine, who is customary for the Northsiders and other gang members at the time. Man, that's another thing. You look at gangsters or the ones they consider members here nowadays.
Yeah.
They do not dress the part at all. I mean, you look like the OG gangsters. They're in suits, they're in nice clothes and everything. And the kid's dead, probably. No, he's not. He was down. He's down. Kid's down.
But it's just because the time here. Not to mention, now that all that stuff's over, nothing's hidden. Everyone's in plain sight, and cops are hunting for them specifically. They're not on the payroll anymore. All right, so gangsters are either well known and just they're are untouchable, or people are just hiding in hoodies and stuff and walking down the street.
Yeah, but it gives me, if I have enough cash to make myself look presentable to society, most people don't look at those people. Well,
you also have to realize, like, if you make yourself too flashy, especially where you're trying to make yourself
I'm not talking like
business.
flashy. You know what's really weird, if you think about it, is the difference between people in Texas that do business here in Texas.
Yeah.
Mostly in Wichita Falls, but I had a couple of people in Fort Worth. I was talking to them, and they were like, they had a lot of money,
Yeah.
and they dressed like the most they actually, and I think it's just because of the environment
And comfort.
and comfort is polo shirts. That's it. Polo shirts are business dress in Wichita Falls, and this is for most companies and everything.
Yeah, I know. The owner of the store I work at, just every time he looks nice. He's just he's just now overdressed.
Yeah, man, they're not in like business suits. Back in like 40. I mean, depending on when you're at, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you might. I mean, even the congressman I went to go talk with, see if I can get him on the show. He was basically dressed regular shirt and over jacket. That's it. No tie, no nothing or anything like that. But most of Morgan's gang arrived at the warehouse at approximately 10:30 a.m. But Morgan was not there, having left his Parkway hotel apartment late. And he and fellow gang members, Ted Newberry, approached the rear of the warehouse from a side street. When they saw a police car approaching the building, they immediately turned and retraced their steps. Going to a nearby coffee shop, they encountered gang members Henry Gutzberg on the street and warned him, so he too turned back. North End gang members Willie Marks also spotted the police car on his way to the garage. He ducked into the driveway and jolted down the license number before leaving the neighborhood. Capone's lookouts likely mistook one of Morgan's men for Morgan himself, probably Albert Winsky. who had the same height and build and physical similarities. That word was so hard. But between the two men was enhanced by their dress that morning, which they were all dressed in suits and overcoats and hats.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really tell the person. It's like, that's him. Are you sure? Yeah. They all dress the same. Because they did. They even said it here. They all dress the same because of the dress code for the members.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Where? There we go. Witness outside the garage saw a Cadillac sedan pull up to the stop in front of the garage. 4 men emerged and walked inside. The two of them dressed in police uniforms. The 2 fake cops, supposedly fake cops, carried shotguns and entered their portions of the garage where they found members of Morgan gang collaborators Richard Schumer and John May, who was fixing one of the trucks. The fake policeman then ordered the men to line up against the wall. They then signaled to the pair in civilian clothes who were accompanying them. 2 of the killers opened fire with a Thompson machine gun, one with a 20-round box magazine, the other with a 50-pound round drum. They were thorough, spraying their victims left and right, even continuing to fire after all 7 had hit the floor. 2 shotgun blasts afterwards, all but obliterated the face of John May, James Clark, according to a coroner's report. To give the appearance that everything was under control, the men in street clothes came out with their hands up, prodded by the 2 policemen, 2 uniformed policemen inside the garage. The only survivor in the warehouse were May's dog, Highball. Jeez. Could you imagine if they killed the dog?
Well, the dog was the only survivor.
Yeah, the dog was the only survivor, and Frank Gunsberg, despite the 14 bullet wounds. He was still conscious, but he died 3 hours later, refusing to utter a word about the identities of the killers. The Valentine's massacre set off a outcry which posed a problem for the mob boss. We were right behind the speaker, and they said they were turning it down.
No, it's this karaoke guy. He's setting it up right now. You said you started late.
Huh?
You started an hour late. They're getting the karaoke set up for the night.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I know what I'm talking about when I can see it.
Oh, okay. Investigation within days. Capone received a summons to testify before Chicago's grand jury on charges of federal probation violations, but he claimed to be unwell to attend. It was common knowledge that Morgan was hijacking Capone's Detroit-based liquor shipment, and police focused their attention on Detroit, primarily Jewish Purple Gang. Landladies Miss Dorley and Mrs. Ovenson had taken
gonna say I nitpick a lot, and it's just so you learn your lesson.
Yeah, I know. On February 22nd, police were called to the scene of the garage fire on Wood Street, where they found 1927 Cadillac sedan disassembled and partly burnt. They determined that the killers had used the car. They traced the engine number to Michigan Avenue dealer, who had sold the car to James Moran of Los Angeles. The garage had been rented by a man calling himself Frank Rogers. He gave his address as 1859 West North Avenue. This was the address of the Circus Cafe operated by Claude Monarchs, a former St. Louis gangster with ties to Capone.
Mic check.
For
Second
the
mic
killers.
check.
Yeah, second mic check.
Third mic check, fourth mic
Mic
check.
check.
It's checked.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the car. I'll let you know. So. Just minutes before the killings, a truck driver named Amelia Lewis had turned a corner a block away from 2122 North Clark and swiped a police car. He told police that he stopped immediately, but was waved away by the uniformed driver, who was missing a front tooth. Board of Education President H. Wallace Cadway had witnessed the incident and gave the same description of the driver. Police had confident that the description was about Fred Burke, a former member of the Egan Rats. They had so much on Capone for the for this, other than the fact that he just controlled everything. It was so weird.
Was it you? Perhaps.
Yeah, it was like, was it you? No, it wasn't. Here's a stack of hundreds. You go away now. That's what it basically was.
That's you. Sorry, I have a Benjamin cold.
And I'm still amazed to this day, that a syphilis rotten brain of Al Capone still ran his gang. I don't believe he
Well,
actually
a lot of
ran his
people
gang.
don't realize there's mental disabilities. A lot of them are like not mental disabilities, like they are massive ones, but like ADHD or.
Well, yeah,
so, like,
ADHD it can actually enhance your stuff, because a lot of people that are actually black ops, a lot of them are ADHD, because they can either A, get distracted really easily, or be extremely crazy focused. So, but yeah, they never found anybody, and going anyways. They never found anybody. They just found the murder weapons, because the police tested 2 Thompson submachine guns, serial number 2347 and 75880, found in Edward Burke's Michigan bungalow, and determined that both had been used in the massacre. One of them had been used in the murder of Brooklyn mob boss Franklin Yale, which confirmed the New York Police Department. If I turn it that way, long-held theory that Burke had been the responsible for Yale's death. The legacy, which a lot of people don't understand, is they still have the brick in the National Museum of Crime and Punishment. That's one thing that's always amazing, especially even for the serial killers and everything like that we talk about, is they literally have keepsakes, like, what was it, Bonnie and Clyde's car? You know how much that thing goes for?
A lot. And I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. But I don't know the exact number off the top of my head.
I think hold on, let me see how much it actually goes for.
I'm gonna flip you.
Bonnie and Clyde car price. Let's see here. Okay, it was actually $10 million. $10 million for that car.
I gotta go get me a car.
Well, that's the thing. The death, if it has a story behind it,
Yeah.
it could be the most ridiculous. It could be the charger for your
Pinto.
phone, and if you choke somebody with that charger somehow using a murder, someone would buy it for like 500,000 times its actual worth. It's ridiculous. If it killed somebody important, then you can sell it for a lot of money.
Or the police would never let it go.
Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna go down to the last of the bit of the show. We only had like two. We only had like 2 people go for the. There was like a third person for the drawing, and guess what? I went in and checked it out. It was a spam. So we got like 2 people. I'll give this away to 2 people. They win something.
Well, I mean, here. How about this? You can, if you want a third name, just hit bunnies in there.
I don't know. You want bunny to have it? I can put a bunny in there. I don't care.
Just if you, just as an idea, if you wanted another name, just go ahead and put it there. She's gonna kill me. I'm gonna do a couple of things for Valentine's Day. Throw something else in the pot too.
Yeah, there we go.
Me and her are going to Colorado for like for 10 days, and we decided we weren't gonna do Valentine's Day. Well,
Oh! Stranger! Yay, stranger! She was the, can you send it to her? Huh? Stanger? Okay, Janet Stanger. God, you can thank Johnny for that one. You can murky Johnny for that one. But anyways, we're gonna close out the show. Thank you everybody for watching and dealing with us with this stuff. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much.